Hi guys, I thought I'd do a video on beard grafts that they take, or some clinics take, to do your hair transplant. A lot of people ask me about the beard grafts and where do they take them from. Obviously the beard, but what part of the beard? Does it hurt? What's it like? So I thought I'd do a little video on that. So my clinic, when I went there, their donor area, I thought I had quite thick hair there, but they said it wasn't the strongest. They sort of brush it and they have a look at it. So they said, could we use some of your beard grafts? I said, yeah, that's fine. You know, I trust them. So what they do is I think they took about 500. Altogether I had 3,300 grafts. I think they took around about 500. I've let my beard grow a bit. I don't exactly shave that much anyway. I sort of shave with an electric razor every few days. I don't sort of go right down. I usually have a bit of stubble. But where they take the beard grafts is under your chin. It's that bit under there. So I've allowed it to grow for a few days just to show. I've shown it in videos before where it's been shaven to show that there were no scars, there's no marks left at all. So I'll just see if I can. So here you go. That's what it looks like. I think there's kind of like a few little sort of areas there that are a bit whiter that you can see. I don't know if they were there before or not. I can't really remember, to be honest. But the hair they take under, or the grafts I should say, they take from under there. First of all, they shave it. They shave it really sort of down to nothing with a manual sort of shave razor. Yeah, they use the same machine that takes it from here. It's just like this little sort of whirring noise it makes. And they obviously numb them by putting the injections in, and then they go across and they do this sort of whole area under there. So when you finish, they give you like this kind of bib thing. It's like a mask, you know, that surgeons wear, material, white material, and it sort of goes there and it hooks over your ears. So that I wore for the first night, and I sort of had a quick look the second morning and it had already healed, so I took it off because it wasn't bleeding anymore. So yeah, that area was the quickest healing part of the whole operation. It literally just healed straight away overnight. So if they want to use your beard hair, then I wouldn't have any worries about doing that. Just go for it. It's wiry, like your beard hair is. So when they put it, they mostly put it in my crown, I think, in the crown area, and it's a bit wiry. You can feel the odd bit, but they mix it. They don't just put a load of beard hair in one area. They mix it with all your normal hair grafts, so that it's all sort of together. So you may feel the odd wiry bit of hair, especially as it gets longer, but you know, don't worry about it. As long as it's the same colour, it just feels slightly wiry. Like I think there's one just there I picked, but you know, it helps cover the crown, which is the hardest area to grow. So yeah, definitely go for it if they offer it. Other places offer chest hair, and I think they do a certain area down there. I didn't have that done. I'm not sure if my clinic would do that or if I needed it, so they didn't suggest it, so I didn't have it. But yeah, so beard hair, definitely if they suggest it, then go for it. It's not a big thing, not a big deal. I did hear someone said, doesn't it die after a while? I don't think it does, because if you just let your beard grow when it's on your face, it doesn't just die and fall out after a while, does it? It's sort of there for good. So I think it's the same if they plant it in the back of your head. This is just a short vid really, just catching up, because people do keep saying about beard hair. The other thing I keep getting as well is people keep saying, did you have the painless anaesthetic? And a lot of people keep saying needleless anaesthetic. By mistake, they mean the painless anaesthetic. The painless anaesthetic, someone said it was like an air pistol kind of thing. I guess it could look like that. To me, I mean, it's nowhere near as big as that. It looks more like one of those vape things. I don't smoke myself, but the people who vape, it looks sort of that sort of length. It's just like a pen sort of thing they just put on and it clicks. And they do it sort of round there if you're having your beard grafts done, or round your head, around the front. That's why you see quite a few guys with red dots around there. Mine healed within literally a week, the dots around there, and you couldn't see them anymore. Some guys say it's taken them longer for their dots to heal. But you can tell then that someone's had the painless anaesthetic, because they'll get the dots all around their forehead there, you'll see them. And they aren't needleless, that's the thing. A lot of people keep saying, oh, is that instead of the needles? No. You have that done, and it sprays wherever it is into you, and it just makes it go numb. Then they inject the needles. Same needles as if you didn't have it done, but it's supposed to reduce the pain by 60 to 70%. I found it fine myself, it really wasn't a problem. They give you a pill before you start anyway, which kind of relaxes you and really chills you out. So yeah, when they do the painless, they do it sort of dot, 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 dot like that, and it just feels like a clicking, or it sounds like a clicking, but it feels like someone going flick, 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 flick. And that kind of numbs it instantly. Then they put the needle in. So it's supposed to stop the needle sting. So I had it done because, yeah, I was a bit worried about the needles. I'd heard bad things about them. And at the back, they didn't always use it because the painless thing wasn't working at one point, so they just put the needles in. And at that point, I was so chilled from the pill that they give you that I sort of said, I might not bother with the painless again if you had to pay for it, but it's only once or maybe twice that you're having the hair transplant, so if you want to go for it, then go for it. But just bear in mind, you still have to have the needles. It's not instead of the needles, it's not needleless, it's just, they call it painless because it's supposed to reduce the pain by about 60 to 70%. But it just numbs the area quickly, then they inject. They do that all the way around. And so you still have the needles. There's no getting away at the moment from the needles. But like I said, for certain guys say it's the worst thing ever. For me, it really wasn't. The painless thing seemed to help for me. I quite liked it. And I remember thinking, is that as bad as it gets? It's really not that bad for me. I'm not trying to sound really hard or anything special, but I really remember thinking, wow, I built it up so much in my mind, the needles. And I was glad I had the painless done, because I thought, I'm sort of helping myself. There's no point in putting me through pain if I don't have to have it. So I decided to pay for the painless anaesthetic. But yeah, I'm not exactly sure what it is they flick into using the painless gun thing. But it does sort of stun your skin, and then they inject, and yeah, you can feel the injections, but they last a few minutes. It's like a stinging more than a pain, I'd say. And once they've started going, I kind of feel like, say they inject there, it starts spreading outwards, and it feels like your skin just goes really hard, like you're wearing a tin helmet or something. Then they go on to the next area, and I feel that some of it has already gone across, so it's already quite kind of hard. So probably the first few are probably the worst ones. But again, I don't want to put you off, because a little bit of discomfort, but then you're going to sort of get your dream of having hair again where you didn't have hair before. So I wouldn't let that put you off at all. And if you want the painless, some guys say they found the painless gun worse than the needles, which for me was a bit strange. It just feels like flick, 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 flick. And the needles probably, for me, hurt more than the sort of painless bit. But like I said, each person is different. Some people find the needles the worst thing ever, some people don't. Some people say they're fine. I found them fine, but each person tolerates pain differently. So, but again, I wouldn't let it put you off. I'm not trying to sell you anything, I'm just saying, don't let it put you off, because, at the end of the day, one day of having a hair transplant, you're going to feel a bit groggy, you're not going to feel the best. But yeah, when it starts growing, it feels really good and boosts your confidence, makes you feel better about yourself. And like I said before, I never thought I'd ever get a hair transplant, because in the UK I couldn't afford it, and going abroad, I would never have even considered it unless I'd spoken to other guys that have had it done. And luckily I've spoken to tons of guys that had it done, and they gave me the confidence to go and get it done. People start going on about money for these videos. I'm not paid by anyone to do these videos. I do get a bit of money from YouTube. It's actually Google, I think, that pay you, because I think they own YouTube. So my videos are what's called monetized, which means that you'll see those adverts that are there. That's because those adverts are there, it means the video is monetized, which means that I get some money for it. Probably get about 1p or something for having an advert on the video. So it's not like I can retire and do this full time. I make them basically to try and help people, because I get tons of questions messaged to me through people following me on Facebook, on Instagram, messaging. I just get loads, and even on YouTube I get loads of comments. So I do it to try and help people, and yeah, I get advert money from YouTube, but I think I've had it twice now, and they wait till you get to, I think it's about £60, £65, and then they pay you. And in all the years I've had YouTube videos, I've received about 2 payments, so it's not that I can retire doing this. And also, for those that know and look at my channel, I do other videos as well. I travel quite a lot, so I do quite a few travel videos. More for my sake, just so I've got some hard drive space in the cloud sort of thing to put my videos, because I was running out of hard drive space at home. So I do travel videos, and it's good for me to look back at my holidays and stuff like that, and you know, I don't have to use the hard drive space, and wherever I am I can just link to that YouTube video and see my travel, my holiday videos. If you've got any questions though about anything to do with the hair or the operation or anything like that, just leave a comment below. If you like the channel, feel free to subscribe. I try and do regular updates. Sometimes there's not tons to say because not much has changed. Last month or so I feel like it is getting better. It's very dry at the moment because I washed it this morning. I put no styling products in or anything like that. But yeah, feel free to ask any questions you want in the comments below, or Instagram is where most people, if they've got one that they want to ask privately and they don't want everyone else seeing, then feel free to send me a question through Instagram. On YouTube I do try and get back to everyone possible. I set my questions, comments, so that I have to approve them. The reason I do this is because you do get some people having a go at you or just having digs at you, and I can't be bothered with it. I just delete those. So if you want to have a dig, just dig someone else. I delete those. I don't even give them the pleasure of putting them on, sort of trolls or whatever. But apart from that, yeah, most people ask sensible questions. As long as it's sort of a sensible question and you're not having a go at me, then feel free to leave a comment below and I will get back to you, or via Instagram or whatever. But that's about it for now. Hopefully month 6 will be sort of, I think, 17th or 18th of June. That'll be when I'm halfway through what they reckon is the growth period, because they reckon, you know, about leave it a year to see what the results. One other thing I will say is, a few other guys have said about spots, like kind of lumpy sort of spots. Like I've had one at the back and I've had one at the front, and it does seem to be where I'm using the minoxidil solution. So I'm not sure if it is definitely that, but it seems to be sort of around there that I keep getting these spots. I've just left them and they have gone down on their own after a while, so I think mine might just be where it's getting sort of oil under the scalp. Alright, cheers.